Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know from which part of the world you're connected, but thank you very much for being here. I am Vincent Durand. I'm with Alba Mareo from Hello Tomorrow. We're really pleased to have you here for this Ask Me Anything session for our innovation challenge that we are leading with Oppo. Yes, exactly. So now we have Noah with us connected. Hello, Noah.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, very well. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm calling from Oppo's office in Paris. So I got myself some merches to prove that I do work at a company. Nice seeing you, everyone.
Nice, very nice. It's true that you're in Paris this week for Vivatech, so welcome uh, in our city. It's really nice to have you here. So I think that Yingling will be connecting uh, soon, right, to this session. Let me just put uh, the slides here. So I think I will start with introducing this session, if you don't mind. Um, Basically, what we have here is an Ask Me Anything session. So we're really expecting you to ask the questions you might have about this innovation challenge. Use the question uh, the question part of Livestorm on the bottom right of your screen to ask your questions, and we'll be happy to answer them. We have the pleasure here today to have Noa Yang, so innovation manager for Europe and Israel from Oppo, and I'll let her say a few words in a second. Ling Yuan will be joining us, global PR from Oppo, in a moment, and Alba is our deep tech innovation consultant from Hello Tomorrow. Um, really the project lead on our side for this challenge. Basically, what we do for Oppo on this is we help them communicate on their challenge. We help them source and connect with deep tech startups, digital health, accessibility technology startups. We'll talk about that later. Um, and really make sure that we select the best fits, that we do a real matching between you guys and gals connected here and Oppo's needs, and make sure that we create something that makes sense. And myself, I'm Vincent. I lead the consulting activities at Hello Tomorrow, so working with Alba on that. Noah, do you want to introduce yourself? Waiting for Yingling to join.
Yes, Alva, please send her a link. I already sent you an email. I think she's experienced some
I'm on
technical
it.
difficulties. So hi everyone on the call. I don't know where you're from. Hope someone from Israel, because I'm also based in Israel, in Tel Aviv. I am part of the Open Innovation Initiative team of Oppo. We are relatively a young team, but with a lot of potential. We work a lot with the innovation ecosystem in Israel and in Europe. Not less important in Europe. It's just because we are relying on our friends and partners like Hello Tomorrows to cover this gigantic but also fabulous ecosystem and clusters. At this specific challenge, I am helping the headquarter team, Yinglin and her buddies, running the challenge, the regional challenges in Israel and in Europe. We're gonna have talk about the timeline later, but anyone that wants to connect with me, regardless of this event or challenge, or just want to say hi or want to learn some Hebrew, always very welcome to connect with me on LinkedIn. And back to you, Vincent.
Thank you. Awesome. So basically, some housekeeping rules, as we say. Please ask your questions in the tab uh, dedicated to that, to the question tab, rather than in the chat. It'll be easier for us to go through your questions. You can share any comments or feedback or anything or concerns that may not be your questions in the chat, and engage with the rest of the participants, obviously. And one comment is that this video is being recorded and will be shared with you and the others that may not connect but have registered will be shared with you via email. So I think now it's the time to discuss this innovation challenge and ask Noah why Hoppo is doing this kind of innovation challenge today, right? So do you want to take the lead on this one, Noah?
Yes, sure. I mean, I'd love to England to give her proper speech, but definitely I can share something from my angle. So Oppo, as I would assume most of you that joining on the call today knows that we are a consumer electronic company that's been around for almost 18 years. We have always been very active in this world. Now we're best known for our smartphone, but of course we have all kinds of different gadgets and also service, operating system, software in between. And I think this is definitely, following the trend as well. But we definitely started to think lately that how can we better empower our consumers, our lovely users that have always been a friend of Oppo, OnePlus, Realme, or one of our product series. We're thinking the best way actually to give it back is to do whatever we can, which is as a hardware company to provide infrastructure solution, the technical innovation for the society and demographic that's underserved. So that's why we chose the topic, which is going to be in the next slide, of the people with disability, and also the
We lost you. We lost we lost Noah. I don't know what happened. Sorry about that. So Noah was about to introduce the topics of this challenge. Um, what happened? Okay. Well, I think I'll continue, and she'll. I'm sorry. So oh yeah, okay. You're back. I don't know what happened. Did you
Yes,
you
Alba,
just
please do send Eileen the link now because she's been joining with my link, so that's why we have this connectivity issue.
okay? Yeah, you were talking about what you were looking for and the topics for this challenge, right? Noah.
Yes, correct. So we were definitely, looking at the side of the society, the issues among, day to day of people struggling with the limited technical solutions, and we're thinking, though, where can we step in and better empower those people with technologies that's, now becoming, I would say, the most essential objects in the world, your smartphone, your watch, your tablet, or everything that's even a little bit crazier than that. I would say AR glass, VR device, and everything in this space. And I think this is what we do know how to do it well, but how to do it better with the startups. And this is, I think, where you guys can step in and to create a better future together with us.
And maybe more specifically, what would you be looking for in the two field here that we represent here, the digital health and maybe even well-being topics, and the accessibility tech. Can you tell us a little bit more about Oppo's vision there, and what you would be looking for, and maybe on which types of use cases you would be willing to collaborate with startups?
Mhm. So since this is the first time we're running this research institute acceleration program, and we do want to address the general demographic with actually the issues that I mentioned. So we're looking at both a digital health solution and both accessibility tech solution. When we are looking at, both of them, we are actually being, trying to be creative. Let's say for the accessibility tech, it could be people with, vision problems, could be people that have mobility issues, or even, those kind of solution to helping the elderly to live better, to live more independently. And digital health is even a bigger, broader space. Of course, there's all kinds of, I would say, health or physical health, mental health, and wellness issue that can be addressed by digital health solutions together with a gadget or two. And also because at Oppo, we believe in a preventive medicine, which means that we definitely think the best way to solve the health issue is to actually to do it at day 0 instead of day 1, to do it, in a more proactive way. So anything that's helping people living a better lifestyle, helping them live longer, happier, merrier, it's something that we are very excited to see.
That's great. That's really great. And you have also this part on the accessibility tech, so where you would focus a little more on people with disability or being maybe disadvantaged with of some sort. Do you have any I'm thinking maybe elderly people, or yeah, do you want to elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, definitely. I think the best way is to give some, examples of what we have been doing. So actually, Oppo, maybe Ingrid can actually talk about that part a little bit more later when she joins. So we have created a screen specially for the people with color blindness, which is a major issue. That's, I guess, is even more than what we know for the people that don't have this limitation, that can't imagine. So we have, the special screen display that help them see it better, see the color better. Of course, from the software level and also from the hardware level. And also we are working very closely with the Health Lab, which is the R&D body of Oppo that's in charge of everything that health related. It's a multidisciplinary team, also international, based in China and in the States. And we're working there also with startups, addressing mental health issue with the seniors, that actually helps them to do better gait analysis to prevent them from falling. And a lot of other things that we're doing that probably it's too early for me to tell at this stage, but hopefully in a few months of time, you'll be able to read it in news. And I hope one of you here is going to be part of that story.
I certainly hope so. I think if you're okay with that, I think we should also move on to one of the questions these potential applicants might ask themselves: why should I apply? What's in it for me? So basically, it's really an opportunity for many things, to leverage many opportunities from Oppo and from Oppo ecosystems. I see that we have prize money up to 46.
Yes. So
Okay, yeah.
I can definitely talk. I wouldn't say the money is the biggest incentive here. Of
No.
course, we love to empower the ecosystem, the startup with all kind of thing that we think that's the most concerning, especially for early stage young startup with limited resources. So we do have cash prize that's non-equity. Yes. That's around 46,000 US dollar for per winning proposal, which means, per winning startup. And of course, since this is a acceleration program, we want to, give the opportunity for startup that's kind of like can use Oppo's resources, technology, network, expertise, or some extra brain of, getting into the commercial stage or getting into China or anything that we are good at doing. So, which means partnership opportunities, commercial agreement, and afterwards, of course, we have the investment team that will also like to evaluate those opportunities as well. Uh, Beyond that, Yunlin definitely is a better person to talk about this, since we are also, very much focused on, publicity, storytelling. We want to, give the startups some space to tell their story in front of the world. Since Oppo is, I would say every year, let's say we go to MWC, World Mobile Congress, which is the largest event of its kind in our space. We are definitely happy to bring the winning startups there to with us. And also on top of that, we're also running global campaign. And as I mentioned, we definitely want to tell the stories of startup and how they work, collaborate with Oppo. So if you are maybe not a funder, but if you're the marketing director on the call, this is for you. You should definitely not miss the train. I think you can see that this is a very comprehensive bundle that can be enjoyed by a lot of different people and a lot of different aspects of a startup company at early stage. So if you think of anything else that's not included here, let me know. Maybe we can include that in next year's challenge.
Yeah, and also if I remember correctly, in the application form, which is not something that will take you hours and hours. It's something I think really to the point that that works really well, and that will allow us and Oppo's team to make sure that you fit with what they're looking for, and you will express what you need, what kind of support you would be expected from Oppo, and that's really where we want to start the discussion, I would say. I see something in there. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know, Ishan, if you started the applications, you can even uh, you can even save it and finish it later. But I think indeed that it's quite short and to the point. But you'll tell us, you give us feedback once you fully applied maybe to the challenge if it's not done yet. Um, about all of these opportunities, I mean, from working with the Oppo's team, I really see that there is a lot of assets and expertise and people to leverage with a real um, willingness to and you know to going into these kind of solutions and making sure that their product will offer uh, all of these services on digital health, on accessibility, not leaving anyone behind on that. And you talked about color blindness and everything. And I think that's what also really exciting is the opportunity to co-create something and making something together. The startups and your teams, Oppo. Yingling is with us. Hello, Yingling. How are you?
Hello,
Sorry,
sorry
sorry.
for the connection, and
No,
I'm here now.
don't worry. We know you had a few issues to connect. So now you're here. You're with us. We're really happy to have you. With Noah, we reviewed why you were doing an innovation challenge at that time. What are you looking for in terms of digital health and accessibility tech, but also what's in it for the startups who would apply. Up to 10 proposal would be selected. So we discussed that so far. I don't know if we don't know what we talked about, so maybe it would be difficult for you to add something, but maybe I can ask you the question here now. I don't know if you would be willing to answer this one, but who should apply, basically. Um, so how would you select what is important for you for this challenge in terms of applicants? Noah Yingling, will you want to take this one?
And you want to answer the question? I don't want to be the only one talking here. Let's do it, teamwork.
I mean, I can go, but Yingling, maybe you would like to talk later in the
Yeah. So I will take the
and
question
see if
just
it,
for now.
okay.
I am expecting that a lot of the people on the call here are either representing a startup, or you can call it SMB, or you could be a student, or you are a researcher. So actually, this challenge is open for everyone. And of course, when we are evaluating the proposals, applications, we do, consider certain, how mature the company is. Is it possible to be working with you? But we want to definitely state here in the call that this is for everyone. I think also, when we talk about, innovation and how original, how unique this technology is, maybe, since Hello Tomorrow is definitely leading in the deep tech space, I would say deep tech is actually a very good field. If you're coming from there, then probably this is already a very good match with us, because we're looking for something that's pretty destructive, that's pretty new, and that can be the next, I would say, technology to save the world or wow everyone. Of course, it's to be addressing the social values, since we are actually want to run this challenge to help the people that needs to be helped. So, if you think that's, if you are coming from the impact or ESG, I think that would be a good fit as well. And I think last but not the least, we are a hardware or electronic or tech company. So if you see long-term potential working with us, if you see your app running on any of our devices, if you created a AR solution that could be working on our AR glass, I think all these, just sky's the limit. We look for someone that's serious, that want to be with us for long term. of course, for the acceleration period, but also for long-term discussions and commercial agreement potentially. I think that's more or less how we are selecting, or how we're expecting to select in the next stage. Vincent, you want to remind the audience here that the region who's eligible to?
Yes, indeed. So basically, the region for which we're helping and working with Oppos is Europe and Israel-based company. But this is a regional award that will be linked to a more global one, and I think we're going to show that in the timeline right after to understand better how this fits in a more global approach. But for the submittable, so the platform that we use for the startups to apply, this is to be used only by European and Israel-based company. For two other regions, I think we have one dedicated to Indian company, and the rest is for the rest of the world, right? If I directly,
there's a one by our research institute in the States. They are based in California. So if you are a company from there, feel free to go through their channel. And for rest of the world, as Vincent said, it probably will go to the headquarters, since I'm only looking at Europe and Israel here.
And I just put in the chat a reminder of the landing page that we also on our website. You will see there all the information that we're presenting to you. You will also see a dedicated page in Hebrew for Israeli startups, a link to the Hebrew page, but also at the end the link to the global event page to find your way to how to apply if you're a company based outside Europe and outside Israel. Yingling, do you want to add something on this selection criteria? What you would be looking for? What is important?
Thank you, Vincent, and I think you have a very clear introduction about our criteria. And actually, like what we are looking for, we care a lot about especially the visibility and also the innovation of your technology. And of course, if you are well fit with the tech for accessibility or with the digital health, and I'm pretty sure that you are well fit with the social value. So I don't have much thing to put in this part, but thank you very much for everyone your time and to participate in the event.
Great, thank you. And so, what to expect in terms of time? Basically, what we propose is will open until June 26th. I think this information today. Everything will be sent to you by email, and we'll also upload it in the landing page. We will select the finalists right after the end of this call for proposal, after the 26th, and we'll have two final events. We plan to have two final events, one physical in Tel Aviv on July 5th, and one online remotely on July 12th. We expect 10-ish participants for each of them, but this will really depend on what we get as applications. And so these two events are also to cover more or less the two main regions of this challenge, Europe and Israel. So that's basically the timeline that we expect for the next few weeks. Noa, do you want to add something on this timeline? Something important that I forgot to mention?
I think Vincent already mentioned that one event is going to be hybrid. Probably most of the people attending that event will be from Israel. Whoever that can travel to Israel, more than welcome. It has the best weather, Tel Aviv these days, so you shouldn't miss out. The online event is for anyone that cannot be in the physical event, or you're from Europe. Probably more likely you would like to join the second one. Of course, when you're applying and when you get notified that you made it to the finalist, we're going to ask for your availability to check if you go to either the first or the second. But don't worry, we want to include everyone. We do not want to limit ourselves by only allowing the people that can be here physically. So
And
hope to see you.
Having these two finals will really help accommodate all of you, I think, and all of the potential finalists, indeed. And so this regional award and regional challenge is really embedded into something a bit bigger. Do you want to present that? I don't know, Yingling or Noah, do you want to present the whole endeavor? It's on the other side for me. Okay.
And I think I can talk more about this part. Thank you. I'm Yingning from the HQ side, and after the regional challenge happening in Israel, and then the outstanding startups will refer directly to the global competition, which will held in August in China. And please don't worry that because of the travel restriction and the quarantine policy now in China, we will still have the online section for those who cannot travel to China. We still get the way that you can still present your idea if you are selected to the first round demo day or the final round demo day. And for these two, the difference is that we will have different startups or different proposals from all over the world. For example, now Nora and her team is working on the regional challenge happening in Europe and Israel, and we will also have the regional challenge happening in India. So with the final demo day happening in August, you will meet the participants from all over the world, from North America, from Europe, from India, from Israel, and from China. And I think it's also a very good chance for you guys to talk or to gather together to know what is happening or what everyone is doing in these two topics.
Sorry. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Exactly. So that actually covers what we wanted to present you and remind you maybe about this challenge. Why a challenge? What are we looking for? What's in it for you? And what are the key deadlines to keep in mind? If you use these QR code, you should go directly on the landing page or directly on the submission page, which is called the submittable platform. And please be reminded that you need to apply before June 26th. Really, don't hesitate to apply, because the goal after that is for us to assess and to engage with you if you fit or not. If you have questions, you can obviously contact us. On the landing page, you'll find the Alba's email address to which you can send your questions, your concerns, your remarks. We'll be more than happy to answer them and make sure that everything is clear. But really, I saw a question from with not much from Babajide, okay, asking if his company might fall under the category to apply. It looks like it's a digital health company. If you think that Oppo could accelerate you in some way, could bring you market access and access to experts, and you think that partnering with them would make sense for your company, please apply, and we will also on our end assess if this makes sense, and maybe you'll be one of these finalists. We'll be really happy to check your applications. I see questions also in the chat, so maybe we could directly answer them. So what does Oppo aims to do with the solutions after acceleration period? What is the end goal with this solution? Do you want to take this one? Maybe Noah? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I think I'll probably take this question together with another one that's asked by Clara. I see some people use chat, some people use questions. So I think since they fall under the same category, So I think this is a little bit about, what startup can expect from this collaboration, from this acceleration program. First of all, this is a disclaimer. We do not guarantee a commercial agreement. We do not guarantee investment. I do not think any company would do in that kind of sense. But what I can promise is this is really a fast track for you to be seen and to be heard by Oppo's executives, by senior leadership, and also by, let's say, for example, the VP of the health lab, which probably if you're a digital health company, that if you're going to be part of this acceleration program, that you will be working very closely with engineer and experts under his team. So, if you see yourself working with Oppo in the ideal future, then I would say this acceleration program is for you, since it's better to be on this track than waiting for us to find you in about another 10 years of time, since we're at the end of the day still have limited people and limited resources. And when you ask, what is the end goal with those solutions, as I said, potentially it could be commercial agreement, it could be distribution, it could be if you're an app, then we'd love to have you in our app store and our ecosystem. It could be, a showcase. Let's say a lot of time we work with telecoms across the globe, in Europe as well. We do showcase with those telecom, and probably we will need application one or two, and it could be yours. And also, when we're doing this global marketing campaign, you're going to be part of the story. You're going to be seen by global media with probably the best coverage ever. And I think these standalone could be good enough. And of course, this, especially for the media coverage, I don't think it has to be wait until the end of the acceleration program, because let's say for my region, I'm doing this event in July, and there's going to be media, there's going to be industry experts, investors joining those events as well. So if you want to get exposure in your space, if you want to get networking opportunities, I would say this is also a one-time opportunity as well. And with Clara, your question on if this is the first time that we're doing such thing, the answer is yes and no. If you're asked if there were any other acceleration program done by the Oppo Research Institute, then no, this is the first time, so that's why it's extra exciting. You're going to be in the first one, and everybody can talk about you. Next year, probably we're going to use your name as the success story. But we do have experience working with startup as a large corporate. My team and also, other people under the research and development teams are working very closely with a lot of startups, in optics, in audio, and also with AR, VR applications. And early this year, my team just finished a smaller scale digital health challenge in Israel. It's much smaller and not as good as this one that you're seeing today. And as part of the finalists are, working on mental issue, working on senior care, and also working on fall detection. That these companies are already in the very late evaluation stage by the investment team and also by the house lab to do some POC and the future projects. So, but they're not in the news yet because we're still working on them. So I hope that answers the question.
I'll let Clara and who was it, Thanos, answering that, but I think it was pretty comprehensive answer that you provided. Thank you very much, Noah.
You want to maybe answer the question, because this is probably about a global challenge. We have someone here in the audience that asking if they are from the US. Can they also apply?
Sure. This is a global activity, and we do have some applications from US and even from Africa, from Latin America. So we don't limit it the country or the region of your startup. And of course, if your business is related to Europe or related to North America, you're welcome to join through this Europe and Israel path, the regional challenge, and then to the global event.
Yes, to follow up with Ying's explanation, we don't really look for where the company is registered. We don't ask for a certificate to validate that if you are part of Europe. Yeah, as you said, as long as you have operation, you have team here, where you have someone representing the company in Europe and in Israel, that you should be part of this competition as well. Because we definitely want to see you here. You should
Yeah.
trust us that we're going to have the best people to evaluate those proposals.
Yeah, we are definitely looking for innovative ideas, and we care a lot about the idea itself rather than where the company it is.
Exactly. I see now an additional question. Online Israel is keeping the red phase. Do they have more chances to get global event then? So I'm wondering if, as we are first regional award election, the fact we will apply directly to global one will make a difference. Right? So I think it's related to this timeline. No, maybe.
Lynn, you want to take that question as well?
Thank you, Lynn, for your question. And for the non-EU and Israel participants, you can go directly to the global event page and then to submit your applications through the global event page. And we actually have the selections of three regions: EU and Israel, India, and also China. Which means if you are not apart from the EU, Israel, and India, you can go directly to the global event. So for us, we also have a series of assessment process for the preliminary assessment, and then to the first round demo, and then to the final round demo. The process and the timeline may be a bit different, but the assessment criteria are the same from all over the world.
Yeah. So not more chances, the same amount of high chances.
Yeah, because we are actually using
global.
the same assessment criteria, not only in Israel but also in other regional challenge.
Great. Do we have additional question? I assume based on all the communication that EU includes Europe overall and not just European Union. Yes, exactly. UK is part of Europe.
Yes.
When we say Europe, Israel is geographical Europe, right?
Yeah, our definition of Europe is definitely not only the European Union. UK is also part of the Europe in our definition, not universally.
Exactly. Great. Oh, if we used EU, that's Hello Tomorrow is a French-based company, and we tend to use EU and Europe for the same thing, but it's not. So sorry about that. We'll make sure that we change that, Thanos. Thank you for the comment. I think I saw another question from. I think I saw Pablo starting. I know. No. Is there anything we forgot to mention, Noah Yingling, that we think should be emphasized here?
I see there's another question just raised by Thanos. So yes, is asking about if we have any preference over any specific health condition, disease. Not really. I mean, we have listed a few of here. In general, like the overall health status, and also, when we look at preventive medicine, it could be nutrition, it could be sports habit, it could be about sleep. Sometimes I wouldn't say there's a very distinct line between health and wellness, because for people that has diabetes, that people have cardio disease on a day-to-day basis, they do suffer from a lot of condition that can be answered or partially answered by wellness solutions, or not those very, very medical ones. Having said that, if your company is doing something very, very advanced medical, if you are a pharma company, I do not think this will be the good competition for you. Hello Tomorrow has tons of other ones that maybe you should check out. But I think for us, just think of the thing that you will need to see and use with your smartphone, with your tablet, with your smart home, or even sensor on the skin, that will work. But if you're doing a medical robot that operate on people, maybe in the future.
Exactly. So I think Pablo is typing a really long question.
Yes, Pablo, we're all waiting, anticipating.
Do you have any maybe additional comments, Yingling, that you think should be?
I think Nora gave a very, very clear explanation, and also the answer is, I think, is clear, and I hope it's also clear to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess there's another question. A medical device that's going to be used at hospitals or healthcare centers using AI cloud could be a good option, or not too related with the topic. It's also a little bit hard for me to say at this stage, because a medical device could mean a lot of things. Hospital, there are also different departments, healthcare center, they're different level. The easy answer is we would love to see you apply, since someone has already put in the chat that actually the form is not that long, so it wouldn't take a day and a half to complete it. I think it's better to apply and for us to see, and because it's very case by case, it's a little bit hard to answer on the call. But I think in general, we do have a lot of opportunities inside Oppo that we're already using AI, and also in the health lab, in the digital health solution they're building. AI is definitely a general tool that we're using there. Oh, another one is by Fabian. You focusing on B2C solutions, or are you also considering B2B? I know this is not part of the criterion, but if you are pure B2B business, it's going to be a bit more challenging, because at the end of the day, we do want to, continue to do our business, because we are a B2C business. So let's say if you are B2B2C, then probably it's going to be more relevant than pure B2B. We need to find the way that how your solution can help us to empower our consumers. If it's not directly relevant or related, then it's going to be, I would say, less relevant for this challenge.
And also, one more thing to the question of Pablo about this healthcare center using AI. Actually, we are doing a lot of co-work and research together with different hospitals and healthcare center to identify some future solutions that can help people better to improve their living standard. For example, we are trying to identify some interconnection device or some smart device that can save people's time or make it easier, make the life easier for the elders or for the patients. So if this solution is very related to the interconnection, so I think this might also have a big chance.
Right. Ishan's question that your platform, VIP Work Platform, connects cooperate with a diverse pool of people with disability on paid basis to perform user testing and creating disabled-friendly tech solutions. Is this a B2B2C? Absolutely. I think because you are empowering the people with disability, with limitation, for better living, I think this is definitely a very good example of tech for good or tech inclusion. We would love to see you. If you don't apply, I'm going to look for a name and contact you directly. Maybe I can also add a bit about the event. So as we saw in the previous slides, or maybe Vincent, you want to move that to slide so people can see it in front of them. Because there's going to be 2 pitching events, we are actually also want to accommodate everyone that can either be here physically or not. For the pitching day 1, the one in Tel Aviv, July the 5th, we are also adding a lot of other activities there to make it a fun party or a very nice gathering for the people in the same ecosystem, digital health and accessibility tech, and the impact world in general. So we are going to have honorable guest speakers, inspirational athletes that's, gold medal winner in the Paralympics. We're going to have people from associations that represent, can speak on behalf of the disabled world. And also we're going to have panel. This event is going to be, streamed, be tuned. I'm pretty sure Hello Tomorrow will help us spread the word of how you can join it remotely. So even you cannot be in there in person, I definitely recommend you to check it out. Let's say for the panel, we want to discuss and try to brainstorm how can the, I would say, the impact business or impact economy be better empowered. We're going to have people representing the VC, the investment world, from government, and also the entrepreneurs themselves that are a little bit more successful in fundraising, because we definitely see this as an issue that needs to be addressed by multiple parties. So if you just want to get inspired, if you want to see the inspiration ahead, you're more than welcome to be part of this event, regardless. And your friends and your family and your dog, everyone should come. So the deadline for the submission, yes. So the deadline for the submission is June 26th. It's going to be a Sunday. The date range between the 28th to July the 4th. Okay, that's because you were probably looking at the global event page.
No,
And you want to
I
explain?
think Noa is the finalist section, So
Yeah, I think you're mentioning the finalist selection competition.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
the finalist selection. Exactly, yeah.
it's the,
Sorry, I was confused. Yes, so the deadline for submission, like what you are expected to do is to submit before June 26th. And then after you submit, obviously we'll be able to review the applications and do the selection and let you know if you are in the next stage or sorry for this year, we're happy to see you next year.
great. Same questions. We digitize interactions between healthcare providers and patients. Our app displays interaction, appointments, etc. And it also provides third-party solutions, information on diseases, and automated care path. Would you consider this as a B2B to C solution? Yeah,
My
if
answer would
it's
be yes. Vincent, do you agree
yeah.
with me?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I think
And
the easy way to understand question is, do you see yourself or your mother or your neighbor using that solution one day, using that app and get a benefit from it? If yes, then yeah, I would say it's a B2B2C solution.
using this app or the device or whatever solution that we're talking about in your day-to-day, when you're in your day-to-day for in your life, but also in specific settings, not healthcare professional at the hospital or somewhere else. It doesn't really change because you would be using a device, a tab, a computer, and maybe this solution that you would be bringing. So yeah, definitely yes, and looking forward to assess your applications regularly. Yeah. It does work, right? Yeah, it does.
You wanna give the last call?
It's been 49 minutes. Thank you everyone for connecting. If we have one last question in the chat or in the questions, we'll be very happy to answer. if you realize in a few minutes or tonight before going to bed that you had one question that you forgot to ask us, don't hesitate. Yes, thank you very much, Alba. We have emails, so you can reach out, you can connect and make sure that your your concerns are not evaluated. So yes, and do they have names, Noah? These two?
Do they do they have names?
Yeah. Do they?
Actually, this is the Oli is actually is our the IP from Oppo, and you can see it as like everyone in our company loves it so much, and its name is Oli.
Oli. Okay. Very
I
nice.
don't know. I hope people don't see us as a toy company. If someone just dialed in now, this moment, probably they're just going to be very confused. But I have a better background outside in the office where they show the whole devices, the coolest things. But to make sure that I'm not too loud there, so this is what I can bring me. But
Lynn is asking. We would like to have one as part of. I think next time on this slide we should add Oli as the award as well. But
We actually
duly noted, Lynn.
have a large collection, different style, different color of Oli, and I'm pretty sure that everyone will love this so much.
yes, so I guess maybe we can add that to the incentive as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll update this slide. Thank you very much for the suggestion, Lynn. So, and again, thank you very much for connecting to all of you, and for some of you staying until now, 51 minutes. I hope you learned a few things and you're motivated now to apply if it's not already done. We're looking forward to see a surge in applications. Don't hesitate to talk about this challenge with friends and family if they have relevant solutions and are working in deep tech startups like this. Noah, Yingling, it was a pleasure to have you here. I'm sure that you convinced many of them to apply. Alba, thank you very much for all the housekeeping and the slides and dealing with the chat. If you could just share maybe one last time the links, and do you want to say a last word, Yingling? Noah?
Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. And I just want to say that this challenge is indeed the beginning of working with Oppo, or the beginning of knowing more about Oppo. And this is like the beginning of our friendship or our partnership together. And we're looking forward to working more in the future with you guys.
Thanks.
What I want to say is exactly like England said. Thanks everyone joining, and thank you England especially for joining at the very late hour. She's sitting in China, in case people didn't know this.
It's true. It's true. Thank you very much, Yingling. Thank you.
Thank you for the commitment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you everyone. Have a nice day. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.